Hi, kiddos. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are. So, this is a story that I'm going to read titled At Least I'm Okay. It is by Pratham Books, and the author is Bynes, and the illustrator is also Alyson Bynes. Okay, why this story? Because I think at least I'm okay is a thought that you and your families might be having. And let's see the experience of this goat and see how it is similar or different to what ours is. And if we can make any connections to what we are feeling or going through right now. Yeah, let's start. Una the mountain goat lived in Sakuland. Sakuland was a wonderful country. It stretched from the shores of the sea to the forests, from the valleys to the mountain. The animals loved Sakuland. There was grass for the rabbits and the deer, insects for the birds and the bears to snack on, and fish for the crocodiles and wildcats. There was clear, cool water for everyone. Una lived high above the others on top of a mountain. The climb up and down the Rocky Mountain trails was long and difficult. She didn't spend too much time with other animals and got used to being alone. She rather liked it. She could do whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted. Sometimes Una thought that the others were a bit silly. Why do they always have to do everything together? Can't they go to the stream by themselves? I do, thought Una. All the animals had ways they liked to do things, but Una thought her ways were the best. Hmm, let's pause. What do you think? Do you relate more with Una or do you relate more with the other animals? Do you like doing things with your friends or by yourself? Do you think one of it is the right way to do things? If so, think about or share to your parents or friends as to why you think so. Slowly, Sakulan's climate began to change, but the animals weren't really paying attention. One day, the whales who spent most of the year in Sakulan's waters announced that they were going to live someplace else. Look at this picture. What does this picture make you think of? What does this picture make you feel? Why? Asked the turtles. It's quite nice here. The water has become a bit too warm for us, said the whales. We will have to go further north where it's cooler. The whales like to live in cool waters, and Sakulan's water was now too warm. Hmm, the turtles would miss the beautiful songs sung by the whales. But they didn't think too much about it. At least I'm okay, the turtle thought. Picky, picky, muttered Una to herself. I don't mind if it's too hot or cold. They should be more like me. Everyone soon forgot about the whales. But one day, the turtles started to pack up and leave. Why? Asked the wildcats. You always seemed happy here. There's hardly enough sand left for us, said the turtles, who laid their eggs on the sandy beach. Where did it go? Asked the wildcats. All we know is the sand used to reach the big rock, said the big old turtle. But the big rock doesn't look so big now. The water has almost covered it. Too bad for the turtles. But at least I'm okay, thought the wildcats. Hmm, what image do you have in your mind after reading, after listening to this part of the story? What do you think is happening? Can you pause the video and draw a mental image of how the place looks right now? Draw it before you go on to the next part. Does it look similar to this illustration or does it look different? Una saw the turtles leave and thought, what difference does it make for me if the sand disappears underwater? The turtles should have been smart like me when deciding where to live. Una went looking for some grass to snack on and forgot about the whole matter. Look at Una's mental image. Where does she think the turtles must have chosen to live? Why does she think that? Then the wildcats left. They couldn't catch nice fish anymore in the stream. It had become just a trickle. The deer thought, oh, how terrible for the wildcats, but at least I'm okay. Una looked over at the stream where she drank. The wildcats are pretty tough, but they must not be as tough as me. One day, Una noticed something strange. Every year, the snow on her mountain would melt, just like an ice cube, and fill up her stream. But now, there was less snow. Una wasn't quite certain and thought, maybe it just looks that way today. But then, strange animals began to come to Sakuland. Everyone tried to be friendly to the cows, but the newcomers didn't take much notice. They kept munching the grass and chewing it some more. And there were so many of them. What do you think is happening here? Why do you think there are new animals coming to Sakuland? Do you have any idea about it? The deer were not too happy when the grass began to disappear. Slowly, the deer had to go outside Sakuland to find enough of the grass they liked. Hmm, they should see what I have to eat at times, thought Una. Sometimes I have to lick the lichens on rocks. Not pleasant at all. Una stayed on her mountain as long as she could, but she often found herself without enough to eat or drink. Finally, hungry and thirsty, Una climbed down the difficult mountain path. She tasted some of the grass from the hills, but it wasn't the kind that she liked. She found a stream in valley, but the water's taste was not as crisp as she was used to. Now Una realized why the other animals had left. It's very important to eat the food that suits you best and have water nearby. Let's pause here. Turn to your parents or to your friends and talk about this page. Talk about whether you agree with it or disagree with it. And is Una's thinking changing? In what way is it changing? The animals she knew had left Sakuland when they couldn't find their favorite food easily, or when they were too thirsty because the stream had slowed down to a muddy trickle, or when their home trees were cut down to build homes for others. Una and her friends thought, at least it's not me when changes affected someone else. As the oceans became warmer, the whales left in search for a more suitable home, the turtles, the deers, and Una couldn't care less. But later, they had to admit, now it is me. Una had to admit that having friends nearby is a necessity. She was determined to go find the others. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you loved the story? Because I loved it. I can think of so many ways in which this relates to what we are facing right now. So, talk to your parents and comment here if you want to ask me a question or you want to share a thought that you had. And I hope you made that illustration that you did